Still come reeling through one day I'll get to you, teach you how to get to pure rest. Hell, you do it to yourself. Hey, good morning. Hope everybody's good and had a nice weekend. Hey, John, good morning. Thanks for the post there. You too, Sean. Is it a happy Monday? Might be. I hope my software works. Sorry about Friday. I had what they call a memory leak. That's what caused me to crash on Thursday too. And for some reason, my trading platform opened an app and just, within minutes took all my memory and crashed itself. Wasn't easy to get fixed. All right, but everything's fine today, and let's go. Uh, SPY gap it up, but not much. My orange chart's the daily, if you're watching the YouTube anyway. And the gray chart is the hourly. So basically looks like it's going to be a flat open. We are 4 or 5 days up. I mean, Friday I didn't really participate in, but looks like we held. So in good position for a continuation higher, albeit it is up there and away from the 20 MA. I would much prefer a pullback before going higher. But if we do go higher today, which we're close to, might be playable at least for a while. The Qs are in a little better position to go higher. Didn't travel up quite as much. Did try to shake out at least on Friday, and well, have $3 to get through the high though. It will be okay. Good. Hey Jay Wells, good morning. Yeah, nice to take the summer off, huh? And it's about to really be summer too in the market. We might have 1, 2 more weeks of a few earnings, but then it's going to slow up. Although maybe not. We have a, geopolitical situation can keep things rocking around. All right, so SPY stronger, Q's in a better position to go higher, but further away from doing so. Got a few earnings, not many, but it is Monday. And let's see what we can do. AVYA, gapping all the way to 15. That is a supply area. So I could see this either way, but it looks easier to fade. I'm just not sure it has enough room. It would take a 15, 20 cent stop to, get good risk reward back down to 14, which would be the target. CEVA, wait. Okay, CEVA This has got a $2 spread, and the ask is up at 44.20. So I don't know. I don't think there's much there. It did report earnings though. It's the only. Oh, it's really thin. Yeah, never mind. I'm not sure that belongs on the list. Hi, Chris. Good morning. Twitter, is it twitting? Yeah, gapping up a little. Put it on the green list. Thanks. All right, CGC. Taking back one red bar, but in the middle of the area. This is earnings. And it's just hard to go anywhere from there. I mean, it could be up, it could be down. I'm gonna skip it for the open. Uh, CMLS. This, I think, came from RM's list. And it is gapping off a slight higher low. Trying to turn the daily around. I'm gonna leave that off the list, but could be higher. And similar with D-Dog, taking back about a quarter of the bar. But don't forget the bar included a big gap on Friday. So this hit a demand area and could be back higher. I'm gonna leave it off my initial list though, but it's been trending higher Friday evening and this morning so far. DOYU. I think this reported too. Not quite gapping enough. It looked like it was higher for a while. It was 1750. That would have cleared the red bar from last Thursday. And then if it could hold up there, it could have been higher. But from 16, it's a tough call. I'm going to skip that. DUK also on the earnings list. Gapping up right to that 200 MA. Next area 92.20. 20-cent spread or so, but maybe a little more. I'm going to skip this too. I mean, I like this higher if it can hold up here and then proceed. But I wouldn't do anything off the open there. Eaton, this is not on my earnings list, but I kind of like the gap. Oh, lucky you. Congratulations. That's exciting. You're way ahead of me. My kid turned 25 on Saturday, and we, can't get him out of the house. Did make him mow the lawn on Sunday, though, so that was satisfying. each into 780. This is a neat little gap. It's pharma though, but it's got some room out tonight. I'm gonna watch this. I like that better than some of the earnings gaps. Hey Evan, good morning. FedEx gapping up a couple of dollars. This already reported, I think way back here. It's been on a tear. Broke through to all-time highs on Friday, it looks like. So pullback's probably okay on this if we get the bullish market. I'm going to put that on the list. And Foot Locker. Anybody know if this is earnings? I didn't have it on my list, but it looks like earnings. And it's the right time of the season that, well, it might be a little early for FL, but still got to climb to get over the prior high. I'm going to put it on the list though. I'll look it up if nobody knows. Go, go. Go, go 343. So isn't clearing anything. It's right into the prior highs with no room to drop either. This is better higher, but it's not higher now. And it's spready for a $3 stock. Hi-ho. Good name. And the daily buy here is what's interesting. It's not really triggering, although it did Friday night. It got all the way up to 450 for a little bit. So this looks volatile. Looks like it does volume. I'm going to skip it for the open, but this is a decent looking long. Maybe later on. ICPT, this is one of the better ones today. This is earnings. It had fell off the wall back in June. Looked like it was going to retrace a couple of times, and now it's actually in the void, in an uptrend. So that's my favorite so far, ICPT. LVS, I don't think reported either, but it's got a decent enough gap to at least be on the list. I'm not going to put it on the yellow list, but this is a long watch today. It's tried a couple of times to drive over that 20 MA, and that's not significant, but pulling it up would be. And if we can close a day with a up bar, it would pull that 20 MA up. MAR is earnings and was gapping down all the way to 88 earlier. Originally had this on the down list. Now it's gapping up, but right to the prior high. I'm going to watch MAR because, it's something I know. It's not so interesting here, but with a little rally and a pullback that holds this 94 area, it would look like a long. MCRB. This has got to be some drug news. I have it available to short, so I'm going to watch it. I think it's a fade. It's going to all-time highs. Now, it's not a fade without reason, though. I mean, I wouldn't just blindly fade it. But if it shows some weakness, NKLA, uh, looking good. This is higher, held the pullback, holding support. Looks good all the way around. I'll put that on the list. I don't think it's earnings. There's some kind of news with it. And then OMER, uh, right to the prior high. I mean, literally right to it. A 35% gap. So this is fadeable. This is either way. I'm gonna watch it. And I like PINS. I mean, it's way up there, but it had two red bars with a topping tail, and now it's not over the topping tail. Never mind. I thought it got over. Yeah, if this can get over the 737.25, I kind of like PNS, but it's not there. Never mind. PPL is earnings, and one of these quiet ones that doesn't look like much, but clearing just the right areas, and over 28.10. It looks good to 30. And then SDGR. This one's a little spready and not really gapping enough. TGNA. This is earnings. And again, gapping right to the prior highs. So this would have to clear these prior highs and then set up, and then I like it to 14. Does just enough volume. I'm gonna wait though. I'm not gonna put that on the first list. Twitter gapping right to Friday's high. So Friday night though it was considerably higher. It was 40.69. So it was over the prior daily high for a bit. So something going on with Twitter might be along. And WSC, this is gapping up on earnings. Clearing a couple areas and probably good to 19. So I'll put that on the list. So that's the longs. My favorite by far is ICPT, but not necessarily for a gap play, but as a as a retracement play on that daily chart. All right, gonna look at downs. Thanks, Evan. Yeah, pin those. Oh, and Thomas, I'm at NLS. Yeah, NLS is still up there. Earnings tonight. FDX around 227. Yeah, that'd be a nice move. All right, Evan's got some swing trades there. And I'm going to look at the downs. I've got 4 minutes though, so I got to go. Oh, there's only 5 of them. Kodak getting the big gap down again. I don't really want to. I haven't played this and don't really want to play it, but put it on the list. RCL, not really gapping enough to be significant. It is earnings. REPH. This is pretty nice looking. Just, yeah, I got it. And then RETA is another pharma crusher to $100. This is either way though. It's right on some minor support. Could fade. Actually, it's more like major support there. And then C's, like the RCL, just not quite gapping enough to be significant. It's gapping down 40 cents, but doesn't look like a short. And TOPS, this is you know, it's a little cheap to be shorting, but particularly after taking a third of the stock price off on the gap. But this looks like it could be a penny stock by lunchtime. Not available though. Yeah, I don't have it. Okay, so I'm not gonna watch tops, but if you have it, you might want to watch it. WDC. Oh yeah, that was Thursday, right? Yeah, from Thursday. Yeah, okay. I'll put it on. All right, I don't really have any favorites here. I mean, other than the ICPT, but that's not necessarily a buy it right at the open kind of favorite. All right, I am. Oh, I messed something up. Okay, I'm ready. Gonna make my grade chart a 1 minute. And I would take it slow and easy today, at least in the beginning. SPY is gapping up a little now. So SPY is going to hit new highs on the open, which makes it a little more bullish. Q's, though, not even close. SPY going to try to drive higher. Yeah, Kodak decent. 60 by 95. John has the idea there. I kind of like PPL long, but it's still got this 2809 to get through. And I like this thing, REPH. I don't like the 3/4 cent spread, but this is all-time lows. So if an entry comes along, it just actually just put an order to short some and it dropped a dime. We get a sell setup on REPH. I kind of like that. Oh, that's the D200. Okay. All right. RETA looking like a fade. REPH on a sell setup with a lower high would be okay. Kodak looks like it wants to fade as well. PPL I really like higher. If it weren't for this 2809, I'd already be in. OMER trying to pull higher. NKLA very, very nice looking today. MAR trying to hold up. It's 3 days up though is the problem there. Okay, this is ICPT needs to hold this 49 area. Pretty big spread at the moment too. That should dissipate though. FDX. I like Eaton. It's probably a little wild. Oh, and it's in supply. Yeah, it's in a little more. Well, it's over the supply though. Yeah, 770, so it's 760. Huh. I like Eaton. If I was in aggressive mode, I'd go long right now on Eaton, but I'm not. It looks good. Just clearing the VWAP though. If it pulls back to this area and holds, I would definitely take it. Well, sorry, PH is really working. You got in. Kodak either way now. Twitter fought off the attempt to fade. Now looking higher. PPL. This is the one that needed the 2809. But if we hold a buy setup here on the VWAP, I think this is worth a chance at a long. All the other time frames pretty good. See if we can hold right here. Right now it's 80 by 70. on PPL. That's a call. Make sure it triggers, and you might want to give it more room. I'm not going to give it low a day, but you might want to. I like the little pullback and the crack back over the VWAP. Looks a little spready. Yeah, not too bad. All right, I just did a little. Gotta have another 3-4 cents for spread though. Keep that in mind. And first little target would be 2809, and then the bigger target's 2980. If you're scalping it and you got in before the entry, you could take a little target right at 2793. Otherwise, let's just see if it can go. RETA really working. Ooh, 34 by 43 on REPH. Looks okay. Wow, look at that eat and go. Yeah, I should have took that. Anybody take that ETON? I was on the fence on that one. It's a target if you did it. You just got a dollar something. Okay, this is not holding that high, at least not yet. It's only 2 cents over, but 36 by 45 would be an entry on REPH. But if it ticks up again, I don't think it's good. OMER is higher. High a day, low a day. It's available right here. It's a little spready. Okay, can't do REPH for now. It's could still fix itself, but Kodak couldn't clear a new high, so lower. I'd lean lower on it at this point. Twitter did go higher, nice pop. PPL at least held the stop. Now we'll see. And KLA looks okay higher. MCBR under. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna go higher though now. Yeah, couldn't trigger. And ICPT is doing it. It held where it needed to hold, and then, the entry would have been over high a day, over 50. Didn't really see it. And FDX is cruising. And that was a 20-cent stop on the EATN, and it got dollar 10. Wow. If you took it. Oh, okay, PPL. I want to shave just a little bit. It's coming into target one. Yeah, target one. Just get it. It just hit it. It was this prior high over here, 2809, and then hold the rest for 30. Well, almost 30. Okay, good job. Actually, it hit the '09. If you had the order in, you might have gotten filled. But it shouldn't matter. It should keep going higher. We got a little bit out and stops good. Now just need an explosion. Ooh, now REPH. 3 cents late. REPH 40 by 50. It's got an uptick. So if can get in, I like this. I like this REPH. Okay, I am in some. Stop is 50, 350. It's still right here. It's a little easier now. It came up a few cents. That's a call too. Tom likes NLS over 13. Yeah, got a good trigger. I like it better on a pullback, but I generally don't go long up, 3, 4 bars on the time frame. But yeah, no, from Friday it's good. All right, on this REPH, what I'd like to do is scalp any target through the low a day for a little bit, and then hang on for $3. I don't think there's anything anywhere here, and as long as it's trading below the VWAP, yeah, probably right, zero, yeah. It's a rec row. Is that really the name, rec row? Sounds like who was the Flintstones dinosaur? Dino. Sounds like him talking. Rec row. MSFT. Yeah, it's looking lower. And ICPT is kind of a miss for me. I liked it. I missed the one good entry, and then I guess that was another one, but that one's pretty far up there. But this was my best watch, and I kind of spaced it. Hope somebody picked it up. I'm sure some of you did. So it was a nice looking long this morning. Just needed an entry. And too bad, BPL really responded to that 2809. Now it's coming all the way back. Gonna need a pivot. So any sudden big drop in REPO, that goes through the low a day would be a small target. And then the rest I'd like to just keep holding for the dollar numbers. That's if it can get going. Right now it's being a little stubborn. PPL too bad all the way back. It'll be harder now. And I think this eventually gets to 30. I thought it might get there by 10:30, and now I'm not so sure. But even if it stops at this point, it's, not a bad thing. We got a decent front target. All right, OMER is still looking higher. NKLA pulling back. Could be a nice 15-minute buy later on this. Notice where it stopped though, right on the hourly 200. Oh, I don't have the 200 on this chart, but there's a 200 MA right there at the top of that topping tail this morning. And again, that likely is higher too, based on that daily chart. Yeah, Risman's volume is really low. Oh, you're good. That's better. You gotta do that more often. I think he just had the one comment, watch your longs. Where something like ICPT or Omer doesn't seem to care, but most of these other ones will. And PPL holding up. So, trail to 75, it's only a nickel difference from the original stop, so it doesn't make much difference. But for now, PPL holding up. And so I got a short, I got a long. And let's see if they can both work. Oh, that's where it's at, J Wells. I think 27.92, yeah. Which one, Evan, do you have to hold on? Oh, CVNA. Wasn't watching that. Yeah, I didn't have that on a list. Nice drop, though. Okay, don't have to, but R REPH through the low a day, I'd like to collect a little. And then it's a much bigger hold for more, more, more. WSC actually looks higher. Hey, PPL. See if we can rip a new high. Second target on this is 29.80. Now, you could get something in the middle, but there is nothing there. Well, 29.73 is the high of that June bar. Um, so at some point, lunchtime or 10:30 or whatever, might want to go to half size on PPL, but I'd like to hold this all the way up to 29.75.
All right, here comes the spies are going to test the low day, and spy around three, no, right around here at 334. So this 50 cents will tell us how much the bulls want to go. All right, so it's kind of where the market is going to wiggle, test a little lower, definitely break the low day, and then uh, if it's going to be a bullish day, it's going to go shoot higher from here, right, in this range, in this 50-cent range. And if we test a little lower, that makes the day a little bit more interesting. Right now, the leading stocks are all getting slammed, right? Microsoft, Netflix, Nvidia, Facebook, Apple, right? So we're looking for a bottom to bounce off of. And right now, unless you're in long, don't long until we get that bottom. Right now, so we got this 50-cent test. The SPY is the one that's all uppity. Q's coming down, right? So it tells you that's a risk-off trade right now until machines come back.
FDX stronger than most, trying to set the pivot. So if we do get bullish activity, that could be a long. And ICPT, a little harder drop than I'd like to see, but I think this is still a long. Well, there's really selling on this BPL up there at 28.10. Look at that. So trail to 22.75. Like I say, doesn't save much. But still like that thing higher. All right, not much can do about the PPL. It looked great. It held the pivot. If it comes back to trail now, it just does. But I wouldn't worry about it. It's earnings. It's bullish. The only thing that would have made this a lot better would have been a red bar yesterday. If it had the red bar yesterday, this would really be a top flight gap. Okay. We're getting the low a day break on RE, whatever that is. So I am locking 20% of this or so, just a little. And I'll do more if we fall fast here. But this was the low a day break I wanted. Yeah, so I'm going to do a third now as soon as it upticks. And then hold the other 2/3. Unless it drops all the way to 3, then it's half. But here we go. All right, out of third. Just tried to ride that down. And where's the VWAP here? About 340. I'm going to keep the stop at 350 for now. You could be a little lower. All right, and PPL trying to hold. SPY trying to hold. Oh, you didn't like the weekly base on REPH? I know, I can't help it. Sorry, Evan, I didn't see it. I didn't ignore it. Oh, there's a 5-year-old base that I missed? No way. I never miss the 5-year-old base. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Yeah, there is a 5-year-old base from 2014. Yeah, it may affect the bigger fall though, but can't do anything about it now. It was still a nice early drop. It was 236 was the low, so we got well below that. Oh, wait, 230 or 3. Oh wait, it's 236. So that's a good target, right? Yeah, 236. That's the final target then on REPH.
All right, waiting for this bounce, folks. Right, waiting for the another 25 cents or so, maybe 50 cents. Right in this area, we should get bounce here. Right, so if you like it, Netflix, Nvidia, Apple, you don't need a special prediction. All these things are going to go. They're going to move.
Oh, thanks, Evan. Yeah, no, I didn't see that. And RM likes long, in case you're only listening on the YouTube. There are added benefits to listening in the voice chat.
All right, folks, be long, find along. It's not that hard. There's probably 1,000 buy setups right now, so I'll go back and say, well, gee, I didn't, just take the obvious trade. You don't have to finesse it. You don't have to look back 5 years here. Just look back 2 seconds.
FedEx already moved a dollar. And Omer too. The breakout on that working pretty well. PPL getting weird. And MCRB sure wasn't a short, was it? ICPT right there was good. Go flying too. Foot Locker. CGC is decent, but CBA, nice move up. All right. Well, you could get out of PPL here. I'm going to give it the 75, but this is not good. Making a lower high and now coming under the prior low. I'm going to go to the 5-minute chart. Todd likes Lulu. And SPY 5-minute looks really good. Could just buy that. Oh yeah, did man? Yeah, I hadn't looked at that today. Oh yeah, that's even stronger. Look at that. No pullback at all in the IWM. Yeah, that's the best. Triggered about 10 cents ago on a high day play. Yeah, IWM looks great. That on my list today. All right. I like to play stuff from my list. I'm not the biggest market player. I like to time the market when I can. But I am just sticking with PPL and the REPH lower. I don't care what the market says. I like this to, 250 or below. Took the Apple. Yeah, I knew it had to be Apple or PayPal or Facebook. Yeah, PayPal doesn't look so good though. Facebook decent. Below the VWAP though. Oh, and it had a little climactic daily there. Didn't see that before. That's because I wasn't in Friday. Oh, space. You remember you posted that.
By
And
the way, for those of you who may be short Kodak, maybe a good time to cover some, but that's just fine.
cover Kodak. Yeah, it's getting perky. Can't get through the VWAP. All right, I'm gonna walk off a few minutes. I don't think I'm gonna do another play here. Spy looks good. Higher. Q's not as much. So I've got a PPL play. If we can get over to a new high, stop can come up to 2780, but it's at 75, so it doesn't make much difference. And I'm looking for over $29 and a target almost 30. So I'd like to hang on to this and not just get out. And similar with the RETA, no, not RETA, REPH. I'd like to get it to half size at $3 and then hold it to under 250. I'll post that.
Yeah, all the XLF, all the financials, all going through the move with the Dow, right? So there's definitely a rotation in the market, right?
All right, so I'll be back in 20, 30 minutes, maybe sooner, and just hanging with a long and a short. All right, see you in a little bit. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, Rob.
just getting back. Got a good new high. Market has really fallen down though. All right, I'm gonna put some trail stops in here. Looks like 330 on the REPH. Or got within just a few cents getting it to half size at $3. Okay, so break even on REPH. Make it, 335 or so on the 2/3. I had an order in to go half size at like 303, but I guess we just can't get there right now. And then we got the new high on PPL, and now there's a pivot at 28. So I think I'm gonna wait another minute here. I don't want to give it all the way down to 227.80 anymore, but the market may bounce here. We just took a hard fall getting some. I I don't know that we're going to be bullish now, but we could certainly bounce right here. So I'd like to keep my long intact, at least to the VWAP. So could get it under 28, I guess. But I'm going to wait just a second on that. We're holding up pretty well on PPL as the market falls, which is what I want to see. But the problem is if we keep falling, uh, all the longs will tumble at some point, including the best ones. All right, so PPL on alert. I don't want it to go anywhere past break even, but it's reasonably profitable. All right, I'm gonna hang with it to like the 20 MA on the 5 minute. Let me change my trail on the. All right, so locked in, at least profitable on REPH and close to that on PPL. See if there's anything to buy here. Market's fallen hard. We're not quite at a support area though. Yeah, we could have a bearish day here. Now 15 minute we're at the 20 MA, but not the Qs, man. Qs are really giving up here. Qs have got $3 to run. So yeah, I'd be careful. Shorts were probably good right here at 1020, 1025. You had to, I mean, see it, but you gotta we had a short entry breakdown here after we tried to bounce and failed. So when the long stopped out, that was a short here, working pretty good. But way too late for that now. LVS holding up strong. Weird. All the big fallers like RCL and are all doing okay. How do you? Yeah, and the airlines too. Probably should have had an airline on the list. Yeah, too late on those now. All right, there should be a long opportunity at some point, or another short on a weak rally, but we need that rally to short. And I don't have a great watch. Let me just, I'm gonna go through all of it. FedEx is still nicely bullish. It's already on the list, right? Yeah. And maybe ICPT at lunchtime on a 15-minute pullback might be okay, but it's already pulling through the VWAP. Oh, yes, very strong. MAR. I got a little 5-minute MAR entry right now, well, 10 cents ago. If I were ready for a long MAR, it's not bad. PPL held at, okay, so PPL trailed at 27.90, just a little above break even, but could be 28.04, but I'd like to give it a few cents extra, so I'm going to give it another dime. I like how it made the new high. That is exactly what it needed. So if it can hold the 5-minute 20 MA, because I'm still trying to get another buck and a half out of this. This is. Who are you talking about? Oh, yeah, he's. And write them down on your cue card. Sean's getting noticed. Look at that. Yeah, look at Chipotle, man. I can't figure out how Chipotle got to over $1,000 though. It's just zoom there. CMG. Oh, cat was the other C post. Okay. Yeah, look at Cat. Wow. So all these, well, Cat wasn't so beat up, but yeah, Cat needs a 15-minute pullback too. But later today, a 15-minute pullback would look mighty good. We're still going lower, by the way. Market can't pivot here, so stops up on PPL and trailed on REPH. I still like this a lot lower, but I don't want it trading back. It did have that weekly demand area from 2014, which there really shouldn't be anything there, but looks like there might be. Microsoft fell nicely. All right, I'm just gonna sit like this. Market's gonna bounce somewhere. I mean, if you're watching it and can pick it up, might get along. And then depending on what kind of rally we get, if it's a weak rally, it could be a nice short. Q's of, like I say, on the daily chart is what I'm looking at. Q's are open to 264 now. It's another $3. So a weak rally could really get sold. All right, it's early, but I don't have much to say, so I'm going to be around, but I'm going to turn my projection off and check back every half hour so see what it looks like. Really like this PPL. I'm going to trail the VWAP and the pivots, but I really have high hopes of hitting the 200 MA. Now, it's better with a bullish day, but seems like a lot to ask for, but there's just nothing in the way, so I want to try and hold that. Yeah, I had Omer and MCVR right. Yeah, MCVR is going to do a 15-minute buy, but hard to buy that. I had OMER on the list. In fact, I uh, I said it looked like a good long over high a day right at 945. It held the VWAP. It just was a breakout play early before I had a good read, and I already had the PPL long, so I didn't want a second. But it's got a pretty good 15-minute here. It's a little under the VWAP. And yeah, I didn't have XTNT. Yeah, XTNT really heavy volume too. All right, anybody with the PPL with me? Trail right down to $28 now, and at some point I would take it to half size, on any nice pop up, and then the last half just want to hold for $30 or close. I was able to get PPL posted, so Thanks, Evan. I often struggle with them first thing, but I guess this wasn't first thing. It was a few minutes into the day. But yeah, we got a nice entry, I think. Right. Yeah, PPL was the little buy setup right there on the, yeah, you can see it here. I think there's a couple of newer people here. If you're wondering what we're doing, the quick lesson is this was an earnings gap. It was over an area, so bullish. Had one little thing in the way, which is this 2809 pivot. And notice it reacted to that twice. It got there and it got there again and sold it twice, but was able to prevail and now is through it and still looking higher. But the entry was that little buy setup on the VWAP right there, 10-cent entry, 2780 by 2770. I gave it a little more room and undersized it a little like I often do on a first entry here that's aggressive. But right there at 935, you see it set up. It triggered at 936, tested and gave a second entry at 939, and then got to the first target at 942. So that to me, that's a nice play. Has pretty much everything I want. The only thing that would have been better, I mentioned this earlier, was if this was over a red bar instead of a green bar. But still, the best thing I thought we had, other than the ICPT, which I just spaced, I didn't get that long. You really had to do it early, too. I was trying to give a few minutes before doing anything, and remember ICPC, I was saying right here, this is where it needs the hold. And I didn't necessarily know if it would or not, but it held all in the next minute. It held and triggered along over high a day. So, $50 by 49 was a beautiful entry to me there. And, got some good mileage out of that if took it. NVIDIA, starting to bounce.
All market is looking to bounce, right? So we're looking for this to hold as a bottom.
All right. I'm going to run off again. I'm just sticking with PPL. I'm liking it more and more, which is bad because that's usually when they mess up. But once you start to really like a stock, it's time to get out of it. But got a nice double bottom here for a trail stop, so just stick with that and let's see how far it can go. All right, I'll check back in a little bit, but I'm gonna kill my projection. Thanks, everybody.